And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and movie review for the brand new Lakeisha Wright Stanfield. Sorry, apologize. And also, I'm sorry if I butcher his name. Rosario Dawson, Tiffany Haddish, Jared Leto, Owen Wilson, and Danny DeVito's Haunted Mansion. Now, Haunted Mansion is the brand new rebooted adaptation of the Haunted Mansion Disney ride, and it tells the story of Rosario Dawson and her kid. They move into this big mansion in Louisiana, and things, seem cool at first, and they get into the house, and then things start going a little kind of bonkers, where the house is literally haunted by some ghosts, spirits who are trapped and need help by, having their supposed guests in the house help them solve a problem that these ghosts are having. And then you have Lakeith Stanfield. He shows up. He's a ghost expert. He loves, he loves his engineering stuff that he does. He shows up and he tries to help, and things get into really kind of crazy moments when Owen Wilson shows up. He's the priest. He shows up. He's like, hey, they need help. Got to figure out how to get these ghosts out of here and try to help out the situation. So a group of people who show up there, stay there. They get Tiffany Haddish, who's like this, spiritual psychic who shows up to try to get a reading of what the ghosts want. And apparently they all try to leave, just like, hey, forget the house, move out, get out. And they can't. All right. That's basically the gist of the story, what exactly this movie is about. It is a remake also from the Eddie Murphy one as well. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I thought this movie was okay. This movie has some moments in here. I was like, all right, some couple of funny moments. To me, I'm still not a huge 100% Owen Wilson fan. I don't know. There's something about him that just drives me nuts sometimes. He was actually really good. Tiffany Haddish was great in this. Owen Wilson was, like I said, good in this. Rosario Dawson as well. And Lakeith Stanfield, I'm probably butchering his name, I apologize. He's always great when he does. The problem of this movie was not the fact that the actors were not that good. They were all great. Even Danny DeVito. You put Danny DeVito in anything, he just is going to be an A+ kind of a, performance. Not Oscar worthy, but still an A+ performance for what he's doing. It was a great performance from all of them. They all did great. And the problem I had with this film was the fact that, first of all, it was way too long, because there were moments in this movie I'm like, shouldn't this be over by now? 2, Jared Leto is literally clearly the villain of this movie. You don't really see him in the movie, but you feel his presence in the film. Why not market that with him in the movie? Jared Leto's Jared Leto. He's a good actor. I felt like they just totally forgot he was in this film, and he did no marketing for this. I didn't even realize he was in this film until we got the reveal of the big bad in this film, and then we find out it's him. And apologize for outside ice cream trucks. Anyway, I kind of wish we would have known that it was him, because throughout the whole movie I'm like, who's the bad guy in here? And when you clearly find out later on it's Jared Leto, who is playing this hooded figure kind of a character. I'm not gonna say which one it is. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And it's like, I would have not known that was him throughout the whole movie. It's kind of a little bit of a waste, So, and honestly, I thought it was it had some moments where the mythology of why these ghosts are haunting the house was there. Why they can't let these people leave. I thought that stuff was really cool, but then it started kind of dragging to the point where it was can we get to see some ghosts in this movie or something? Because honestly, it kind of felt like it was trying to be kind of like Casper, the Friendly Ghost, without any ghosts in it. It was just yeah, you see them, but then they do some things, then they disappear, and then it was all about them talking about the house, and then that was basically it. But what can you do? It was Disney. Disney always tries to do their, Disney theme park rides as movies. None of them are hits. except for one, and that's Pirates of the Caribbean. We all know it. I'm a little nervous now after seeing this movie for Tower of Terror. All they're supposed to be making a movie about that. But listen, the performances were great. They all did their best. I really liked every character in the movie. It's just I kind of wish there was some scares in here. If I had a PG-13 rating for Christ's sakes, and it was like, what was the point of this? So, it's not gonna go down as one of the greatest movies of the year for me personally. If you end up liking it, awesome. If you end up hating it, welcome to the club. But I didn't hate it per se. I just was very disappointed with it. I was just very disappointed the fact that the scares weren't really there. They didn't really promote Jared Leto when he's clearly in this film. I'm not trying to spoil the movie for you, but it's like he's in this movie. Just giving you a heads up. He's in the film as one of the bad guys. I'll just say that, one of the bad guys. I'm not gonna tell which bad guy, but he's in the movie, and they didn't market the poor guy in the movie properly, And one other thing, that kind of little pet peeve of mine, a little bit, just as a little microscopic little thing that kind of really, because I really love this actress, and they really, it's like, what was the point of her in this movie? Even though I love seeing her pop up in anything. Winona Ryder is in this film, and she's only in it for like 2 seconds, and I'm like, really? Really? Come on. How are you going to have Winona Ryder, the queen of spooky, in anything, and yet you're not going to have her in this movie? Come on. Like, she was in it for like 2 seconds, and I was like, oh, come on. That's not fair. Little pet peeve. I'm not going to tell you what she was in. You do see her in the film, and you're not going to miss it. But when you see her, it's like, oh, cool, but why? I mean, she's technically the queen of spooky. I mean, she gave us Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands. That movie's creepy on its own, but still, you know what I'm trying to get with that. But, like, come on, how do you not have her in the movie? It's kind of, like, weird not, it didn't have to be a big role. At least give her something besides what she did in this film. At least a little bit more details about it, of her character. Or give her a character that serves a purpose to the movie, other than what she had, but still. Little thing. Overall, I thought, like I said before, I thought it was just okay. It's like, I'm not going to put this in my top 10, best films of the year, or maybe it might end up in my top 10 worst films of the year, somewhere in the bottom. I don't know, maybe, but, it's going to be hard. I got to rewatch it again just because I thought the actors did a good job with the movie, even though I'm not a big Owen Wilson fan, he is starting to grow on me a little bit more than he usually does, but what can you do? So, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the Haunted Mansion. You guys big fans of the movie? Not really? You seen the Eddie Murphy one? Which one you like better? Do you ever been to the ride? Leave me a comment below. Let me know. Personally, I'm going to let you know. Personally, I think the original one, this one's a little bit better than the original one because at least they gave us spooky. Unlike the other one, Eddie Murphy was just more of a comedy thing. So, at least that. So, leave me a comment below. Let me know. Stay tuned for more. And thank you very much. And have a good night.